Good morning, everyone. This is Lily's Pad, and you just saw a panorama of the West Park Street Dharma Practice Center, and where I live also with my three cats, Emma, Lightning, and Sister. I want to talk to you this morning about something that happened to me last night. My phone rang fairly late, and it was a guardian angel that called. I conversed with this guardian angel, who was male in his human personality and physicality, and we talked an awful lot about a lot of things. But the conversation kept being steered back to the spiritual understanding and actual practice of integrity. For many years, I've had many great teachers, and I can name some of them, but I won't go through that, because it's important. What this angel told me was that I was not to refer to those teachers anymore, that I was to step into my own expression of what I've learned. And if that is called teaching, then I'm student to my own lessons. So I only teach myself, but I can share some of my experiences and revelations. And this lesson on integrity has been consciously following me around, and I've been conscious of it for a few years now, particularly since I moved into this space here. And I went through a few, what a lot of people call in life, I'm going to try to steer away from spiritual talk, so this can be just said in plain English and without any dogma attached. So I moved into this home and I went through what a lot of people call initiations. Initiations are difficult situations that if you hold to your trueness of yourself, you pass through the initiation wiser and basically unscathed. In other words, if you are tempted by something, even if it's minor, and you resist that temptation, you don't have to wear a lesson that comes with that to help you learn to have integrity, to be your real self. I've shown this lesson to myself and to others in this way, as a visualization, not visualization, but as a visual. I'm going to use my hands for props. That this dimension, or this place we're living in at this time, is based on duality, up and down, right and wrong, good and bad. And those beliefs dictate our behavior. When our behavior matches our highest understanding on any subject, we are integrated and whole with our real self, not the self that's been hypnotized into thinking that we are a very limited, finite being. So again, here is the prop, my hands, and I like to use the example of smoking. It doesn't matter what you smoke. Smoking is not very healthy for, I want to be very succinct. Smoking is not good for the human body, no matter what you're smoking. The lungs are a filter for air and small particulates, and when you put large particulates in there, it gums up the filtration system, just like on your vacuum or anything. Those get cleaned out easily, vacuums, but lungs take time to clear, especially if you've used cigarettes or any other substance. It doesn't make any difference what the smoke is, even if you're standing next to a campfire. So again, if your highest understanding about smoking is here, that probably is not the best thing for you to do, but you're still smoking. There is the split. This is what causes duality and personality. The moment your behavior, in other words, I'm going to quit smoking, or I don't smoke at all, becomes this, then you can see you're integrated on that subject. And because we are infinite beings and we are limitless, we have the ability to change anything within the sphere of our close proximity just by holding to what we know to be the highest and best truth, what we call integrity. Integrity is an interesting word because integration and integrity start with the same letters, and they have a lot of the same meaning. To be integral, honest. Some people would say moral, but that word has connotations that are based in duality, because morality is subjective to sociological beliefs, personal understandings, and flat out your DNA, your family history, all of those things. So really this duality that I'm speaking of in this earth plane existence resides here for a reason. I have a really wonderful teacher in my life, and he is alive and well, and he's a wonderful Swami. And he told me about how everything in this matter world has polarity, or you might say duality. The nucleus of an atom has a nucleus. An atom has a nucleus, and then it has an electron around it. And it has to have a positive and negative electrical charge to hold its coherence, to be in existence. And since our bodies are made of matter, and everything around us is made of matter, including our Mother Earth and everything, this positive and negative charge is in all matter. Now, understanding positive and negative in electrical terms doesn't mean that positive is good and negative is bad. It just means, the terminology just means this is a positive and negative thing that holds matter together. So once we start seeing how our language has dictated beliefs and caused us to say, well, this is good and that's bad, we're in the world of duality. We're split. And we also have to strive at that point because we have a sense of separation. Now, I can mention one teacher that I have had and studied is Joel S. Goldsmith. He drove home this point in, I think, 27 books that he wrote over the course of, I think, a 7-year period. I'm not exactly sure about that, but it was a very short period. And in all of the books that he wrote, the basis of all human suffering was this idea or concept of duality. And this drives everything into a fear-based, I have to survive mode. Once we understand that we are not separate from each other, from our divine source that comes from within our heart, and we are the ones projecting out this reality that we call Earth. And there are so many of us here now, and we have 7 billion different projections going. Now you might say that that would cause a lot of confusion, and I think it may have. But once we understand that we are projecting from our own heart, connected to the mind, giving from the heart an idea that sounds wonderful, that could be great for the collective. And any new idea would be best, not from my opinion, but from actuality and reality. If an idea comes to create something, the question must be held up. Would this be collectively beneficial for all beings? If it's not, then it's based on a finite idea, and it has to do with being separate from source and striving. So I think that's all I want to say today about all of this. And the word integrity, if you take it in, contemplate it deeply within your meditation or your quiet time or your thinking time, whatever you want to call that. Find a quiet space in your day and go within your heart. Find that tiny space in your heart where you really live. And once you find that, it can become the captain of your ship. and it will dictate what your brain thinks about. Give it a try. It is an amazing thing to do, and you'll find peace, happiness, integration, and oneness. Blessings be to all the beings of this earth, starting with me. Thank you so much. I love you all because we're all in this together. There is no separation. But we are unique by 7 billion. That's a lot of interesting viewpoints. Namaste all the way.